And so here in the book Our Life with Mr. Gurdjieff by Thomas and Olga de Hartmann, there is a question and answer session that Mr. Gurdjieff gives to the English pupils who have been sent over from Ouspensky in England, who have been learning with Ouspensky. And the first question has great significance, I would argue, because it offers up some practical benefits of the work. And I will share that answer that Gurdjieff gives now. The question is, has Mr. Gurdjieff's educational system produced an example of the type of man that he wished to develop? With regard to the results achieved by pupils here during this short period of time, first of all, we can note 1. Improvement in their health. That means that there was established a basis to improve their future health from the chronic diseases that they had. The following can serve as examples. Improvement from obesity, the strengthening of their weak memories and bringing in order their disordered nerves. 2. The second result is the enlargement of their horizons. In general, people have a very narrow outlook on life. It is as if they wear blinkers which prevent them from seeing more. Here, thanks to a great variety of new conditions of work, and thanks to many other things, this field of view is enlarged as if a new horizon is acquired. And third, a new interest has been created. The majority of people who came here had quite lost any interest in and for life. This is also because they had such a narrow outlook on life. Here a new interest is born for them. The result had to be stressed as the most important, Mr. Gurdjieff had said. And the passage continues, and hello there, good morning, Sophia. The passage continues. It is possible to list 1,000 examples of results acquired by people from being here, but most of the results would come from these 3 fundamental ones. That is why it is not important to list them. Since the Institute has been in existence for a very short time, it is only recently that some pupils have emerged who measure up to the results I expected. But generally speaking, there are no limits for self-perfecting, and so each attainment is only a temporary state. People in their outer life are not tied to the Institute. They can play any social role, fulfill any job, have any occupation that occurs in life. Many people live their own independent life and work at the same time. The difference lies only in that if, before, someone was a good shoemaker, by becoming a pupil of the Institute and continuing to learn, he will become a different shoemaker. If someone was a priest, he will become a different priest. And so I wanted to share that because it's, again, very powerful, these things. And I think this was in 1925, 1924 or 1925. And you could argue that 100 years on, the saeculum turns, and even in this very day, people would benefit from, going somewhere and having limited food so they can't maintain their obesity and their dietary habits of sugar and fats and, just out of control eating. The second is the memory. One's memory will improve. And the one that I think is most powerful and what I try to help people with here at the channel is the enlargement of one's horizons. If you've never left your town or your village or your job and you've worked in the same job and gone to and fro with the same impressions every single day, then you may have narrow horizons. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but horizons are there to be broadened, in my opinion. And there is unlimited potential in the universe and for the human being, whether that's in a spiritual capacity or in a material capacity or an emotional capacity. We can do great things with this life. And so I think with that passage and those questions and answers and the 3 aspects that are practical that we can bring into life. And again, I'll repeat that if you're a postman, which I am, by becoming acquainted and begin doing the work, you'll become a better postman. If you're a carpenter, you'll become a different kind of carpenter. And as we said here, if you're a shoemaker or a priest, you will become a different shoemaker or priest.